Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today is 6th of January. Let's start the analysis of today. This is me and my relevant working experience. If you want to join our WhatsApp as well as our Telegram groups, you can join in via the links given in the description section below. Also, we are on with this foundation course offline batch 2024. So where the first batch has already been started. The second batch will be starting right away from 8th of January 2024 and the third batch will be after Bihu, that is on 17th January. So if you want to enroll us, you can call us via our number 91275-15541. This is the content of today. Ki ase? Cyber kidnapping, dispute on India's debt burden, iron ore and steel sector in India, Indian Navy towards hijacking attacks in Arabian Sea and relevant prelims facts. Ki ase first? Chinese boy cyber kidnapped in Utah found safe. So what is cyber kidnapping and how to protect yourself? So recently, a Chinese student who was a victim of cyber kidnapping has been found in rural Utah unharmed. So the 17-year-old Kai Zhuang was reported missing on December 28, and by the time the police trace him, his parents back in China has paid $80,000 in ransom. Okay, so eblak ami ki koisu ransomware. So now, if I say about cyber kidnapping, so what is this? So you can say cyber kidnapping is also known by a name virtual kidnapping and is a form of extortion where criminals deceive individuals into believing that a loved one has been kidnapped, often demanding ransom for their release. So this manipulative tactic aims to exploit emotions and induce fear without actually physically abducting anyone. So Aji, jodi moi kobole jao in this type of scam, the victim is not kidnapped. Victims aren't kidnapped nohoy kintu. But they are tricked in believing in something which are basically causing them danger. So the kidnappers, though not physically present, monitors the victim online through video call platforms, and they may threaten the victim or their family with violence, or they may create fake evidence of kidnapping such as photos or videos. Okay, so if I say about that how typically this cyber kidnapping basically works. So first thought ki kore, the victim is told to isolate themselves under threat that their family will be harmed if they don't comply. Then they order that the victim photographs themselves to make it look like they are being held captive, and after that finally, they send the photos taken by the victim to the family in order to extort the payment. So, eya azikali notun digital jugor ki hoy kidnapping hoy. Agor non Maruti van khon ahise kidnapping kori loi gusi goise and tapsor ransom kore. Okay, so in today's time period, this is known as cyber kidnapping. Aru to China te mane ji beya kam kisuman hobo nohoy China pora arambho hobo. So you can see that this is happening in China today. Aru etu nabhaiba je kali India t nahibo. It will come to India for sure, take my word. Okay, or maybe bahut hoiseo, but something has been unreported in this country for such a time period. So, a bostu bilak ami dekhisu in this particular context that why it is happening and what are something in association with cyber kidnappings. So, impact ki hobo pare, emotional distress, financial loss, potential legal and psychological ramifications, and what are some of the preventive measures? Limit online sharing, caller vigilance, emergency contacts, and law enforcement involvements. So, if I say about ransomware, mainly a malicious software designed to block access to a computer systems or data until a sum of money is paid. So, keteba kisuman amar official websites kisuman hack kori diye, aru kisuman ransom diar pisot he, he bilakok release kora jay. So, what are the types? These are encrypting ransomware, locker ransomware, leakware, mobile ransomware, RAS ransomware as a service. So all these things are basically a part of this type of digital kidnappings or digital defects. So today, what are the government initiatives to cope up with cyber crimes in India? So we can see about Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center as I4C, National Cyber Forensic Laboratory as a Cytrain portal as a National Cybercrime Reporting Portal as a Citizen Financial Cyber Fraud Reporting and Management System as a Cybercrime Prevention Against Women and Children as a. All these things are basically some of the decisions which has been taken by the Indian government in preventing all such number of malicious things associated with cyber world. Okay, so yeah, lot question that you Sailoba. Next, the dispute on India's debt burden. Dispute on India's debt burden. Debt. Okay, so to recently news kyo asile. the annual consultation report from the IMF has projected a balanced outlook for India's economic growth. And the report has acknowledged India's effective inflation management, but it has also expressed concerns about the long-term sustainability of India's debt. So, jodi moi aje debt buli kong. We refer debt as public debt, which refers to a total amount of money that a government owes to external creditors and domestic lenders. So today we know that the main types of debt being external debt, internal debt, okay, and what are the major objectives of this particular number of debts? Mainly to finance government expenditure, stabilizing the economy, maintaining the liquidity, and also to finance various developmental plans. Okay, so today we have got various policies which are basically related to the public debt management in India. So today we can see that in this particular scenario, আজি yate IMF report dise je eta amar project kora goise a balanced outlook for India's economic goals. Though we are in debt, but still our debt is not that much. Aru amar debt to iman kinu khai nepelai je ami amar economy to amar disrupt hoi jabo. So today they are having a concerns over the long sustainability of India's debt, so which could reach by 100% of GDP by 2028 under adverse circumstances. Reclassified India's exchange rate regime, okay, then high long-term risks in debt management, okay. So all these things are basically in relation to the type of debts that we can see in today's context. Okay, so ei kotha kini ke aji IMF has jonaise, okay, and how India could tackle this number of debts in the coming time, he kotha kinir uporote yate discussion to asile. Okay, lastly, you can see a respective question attempt kori loba. Next, iron ore and steel sector in India. So recently, the CCI, that is the Competition Commission of India on mining sector, flags iron ore price export issues. So today we all know that India is self-sufficient in iron ore production, and it contributes 7% to the global production, and hence India ranks as the 4th largest producer globally, and therefore India is the 2nd largest producer of steel in the world after China. So therefore India is endowed with an abundant resource of iron ore, with the largest reserve of iron ore in Asia, and also we have got a good amount of coal fields, okay, and you can see that 95% of the total reserves of iron ore are located in states like Orissa, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Goa, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, এইবিলাক জায়গা আছে. Okay, so today the significance of iron ore is very important in international trade, okay, and also because of various industrial uses and applications. Also, we know that the steel sector of India is a key to its economy, accounting for around 2% of its GDP. Okay, but still today we are facing a good amount of challenges, basically from our rival parties and basically in this policy making. So etu karone ebar koise that the CCI conducted a study on iron ore pricing and exports, highlighting concerns about varied pricings and recommending discouraging iron ore exports in the country. Je amake iman iron ore lagibo je export koratu etia suitable nohoy. Okay, so obviously we are not directly fetching some of the higher amounts of pricing through this particular context. So hetu karone yate ei kotha kini ke aji highlighted koa goise. Okay, and what are the distribution of iron ore gudei kini kotha mo kolu map to sai lobar para tumaluke. Okay, some main areas, okay, and what are basically is the government initiatives under the PLI scheme for iron ore as well as steel making. So yate ase green steel making Purvoday initiative, steel scrap recycling policy, national steel policy, steel and steel products quality control. So all these things are basically a part of the government policies in association with iron ore and steel. Okay, tumalika mukwa about how can you say that if I say about the steel industry in India, what are some of the important pollutants? What are some of the important pollutants that are released by steel industry in India? Okay, etu gom pala ki khudilo moi. Okay, tar pisot muk eta kotha koa tumaluke je if I say about the CCI, is CCI bostutu Competition Commission of India hoy ki, and what is the main role that they are performing in relation to the country of India? কি হয় এই কথাটো তোমালোকে মোক কমেন্ট সেকশনত কোৱা ওকে নেক্সট ইয়াতে আহি গ'ল ইণ্ডিয়ান নেভি টুৱাৰ্ডছ হাইজেকিং এটেম্পটছ ইন আৰাবিয়ান সি ওকে সো কি হ'ল এতিয়া ৰিসেন্টলি in a recent news an Indian warship INS Chennai and its marine commandos thwarted the attack hijack of a Liberia flagged merchant vessel and it safely rescued its 21 crew members where 15 were Indians aru etu kor hoise in the North Andaman Sea okay so if I see about maritime piracy so we know that maritime piracy is when people on a private boat or ship commits crime like kidnapping, violence or robbery for personal gain. And therefore there is a treaty which is known to be UNCLOS. And this is basically an international treaty which was adopted and signed in 1982 in Montego Bay, Jamaica. This particular UNCLOS lays down a comprehensive regime of law and order in the world's ocean and seas, establishing the rules governing all users of the oceans and their resources. Okay, so therefore this happens on the open sea and is targeted at another vessel or its people and property. But today, because of maritime piracy, there are various forms of threats that we can see today, which may include physical harm, disruption of trade, economic loss, impact on fishing industry, environmental risks, security concerns, all these things are basically happening with the type of piracy that we can see in today's context. So Indian government have bahut kini steps loise. Okay, maybe the Indian Navy commencing the anti-piracy patrols, also military exercises with other countries. Okay, going with their respective operational lists. Then also the institutions which are created by India for getting the respective reports of maritime security. It may be the IMAC. IMAC ki hoy? Information Management and Analysis Center. And also if I say about IFCIOR, ki hoy to? Information Fusion Center for Indian Ocean region. Okay, so therefore today even India enacted a maritime anti-piracy Act of 2022. Mukwa ekhon ki hoy? Maritime Anti-Piracy Act of 2022. Okay. And also the government under the Sagar initiative, that is security and growth for all in the region, which is providing a framework for maritime cooperation in the Indian Ocean region. Okay, so a ship khonor jito naam asile which is named to be Lila Norfolk. So etu eta message send korile via the UK Maritime Trade Operations portal when it was about 460 nautical miles off the coast of Ial, Somalia. Okay, so the message reported a possible boarding of by 5 to 6 unknown armed individuals, and in response the Indian Navy diverted the INS Chennai, a destroyer, on anti-piracy patrol nearby. So additionally, a maritime patrol aircraft flew over the ship in the morning and made contact, ensuring the safety of the crew. Okay, so that is something aji etur karone ki hoise like we can see that how Indian Navy is directly showcasing its naval power in this particular region. Karon aji eniko series of attacks on merchant ships have been taking place in Yemen, in Red Sea, as well as in the Arabian Sea, just because of the Houthi rebels. Muk tumalke kwa who are the Houthi rebels? Okay, who are the Houthi rebels and what is their respective purpose? Kiho karone tekhetar kuntu region loi tekhetokol affiliation ase? So do write it in the comment section below. Okay, so aji ebilakor karone yate gom poa goi asu ami je how India today is showcasing its naval power and how they can directly collaboratively make this plan out so that they can have a good hegemony and security in this particular region, which is basically affecting even the India's trade related activities too. Okay, so yate jiman secure hoy thakibo himan Indiar karneo bhal. Okay, so that is something in association with this particular news. Okay, so gutekhini moi yate details di thoi disu. Okay, sai loba. Next we have got this KLI project ki hoy. So the Prime Minister inaugurated the Kochi Lakshadweep Island Submarine Optical Fiber Connection project in Kavarati, Lakshadweep. Okay, Kavarati aru eta karone news ase etu ami all janu ami koi asu next topic on. So the inauguration was part of various developmental projects totaling more than rupees 1150 crore, covering sectors such as technology, energy, water resources, healthcare and education. Okay, so that is known to be the KLI project. So Kavarati Island কিহৰ কাৰণে famous আছিল recently? So you can see this is the Kavarati Island. Okay, Cochinor পৰা এইটো ইমান দূৰ. Okay, so Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a warm welcome in Kavarati, Lakshadweep, as he arrived to inaugurate and laid a foundation for numerous developmental projects. So Kavarati বুলি ক'লে the capital of Lakshadweep বুলি জানো, smallest union territory in India, stands as its most developed island. Okay, so if I also say about Kavarati, you can say that this Lakshadweep basically is a group of around 36 islands. Aru etuk ami ki ko? It's a archipelago. Okay, and with an area of 32 square kilometer, and we all know that it is very exotic and sun-kissed beaches, and it has got a lush green landscape. Okay, so yate ami janu jikhini corals hoy. Okay, corals are very much popular in this particular island, which is basically associated with Lakshadweep. Okay, so আমি জানো যে এই লাক্ষাদ্বীপত 12টা এটল আছে, 3টা ৰিফ আছে আৰু 5টা সাবমাৰ্জড বেংক এণ্ড 10 ইনহেবিটেড আইলেণ্ডছ আছে. ওকে, তোমালোকে মোক কোৱা হোৱাট ইজ দ্য বেচিক ডিফাৰেঞ্চ বিটুইন এন এটল এণ্ড ৰিফ? ওকে, এটল আৰু ৰিফৰ মাজত কি ডিফাৰেঞ্চ হয় তোমালোকে মোক কমেণ্ট ছেকশ্যনত কোৱা. ওকে, আৰু এটা ইয়াতে বহুত লাইক ফ্ল'ৰা এণ্ড ফ'নাৰ কথা মই যদি ক'বলৈ যাওঁ, ইয়াতে আমি বহুতখিনি বানানা দেখা পাওঁ. বানানা কাল্টিভেশ্যনটো চবতকৈ বেছি হয় ইয়াত. কোকোনাটো হয়, বানানাও বেছি হয়. অ'কে, অলছ' উই কেন চি that here the cattle and the poultry are also very much famous. Okay, and we can see that যদি মই কালচাৰ আৰু হেৰিটেজৰ কথা কওঁ লাক্ষাদ্বীপৰ লৈ পেলাই, কোলকালি KOLKALI কোলকালি এণ্ড পৰিচাকালি, কোলকালি এণ্ড পৰিচাকালি, these are the two popular folk art forms in this territory. Okay, আৰু ইহঁতৰ most popular dance to কি হয় জানানে? Lava. LAVA, lava. Okay, and also you can see that during the marriage ceremony, Opana, OPPANA, এইবিলাক বহুত important terms হয়. Opana is a common feature which is a song sung by the lead singer and which is followed by a group of women. Okay, আজি যদি মই ইয়াৰ ডেমোগ্ৰাফি চাবলৈ যাওঁ, Lakshadweep has got a population of 64,000, of which males বেছি আছে, females কম আছে. Okay, and therefore you can see that Lakshadweep is one of the most popular island territories amongst the world. Okay, so এই কথাখিনিকে ইয়াতে লিখা আছে. তোমালোকে মোক কোৱা, what is barren island and why it is famous? Barren Island কিহৰ কাৰণে ফেমাছ হয়? There is something in relation to Barren Island. আৰু Barren Islandটো আমি ক'ত পাওঁ? লাক্ষাদ্বীপত পাওঁ নে আন্দামান নিকোবাৰত পাওঁ? সেইটো তোমালোকে মোক কমেণ্ট ছেকশ্যনত কৈ দিবা. অ'কে, চ' সেইটোৱে ইয়াতে আমি দেখিছোঁ ৰিচেণ্টলি প্ৰাইম মিনিষ্টাৰ মোদী গৈছে, ধুনীয়া ধুনীয়া ফটোজ লৈছিলে. অ'কে, হি ৱেণ্ট ফৰ স্নৰ্কেলিং. অ'কে, বহুতখিনি এডভাঞ্চাৰ এক্টিভিটিজ কৰিছে. চ' ডেট ৱাজ অল ফৰ টুডে ফ্ৰম মাই চাইড. থেংক ইউ.